If you haven't heard about Anchor, it's the easiest way to make a podcast. Let me explain why. It's simple. It's free. Absolutely free. There's creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast right from your phone or computer. It's literally amazing. And Anchor will distribute your podcast for you so it can be heard on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and many more. You can make money from your podcast with no minimum listenership. It's everything you need to make a podcast in one place. So download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started.
In a world full of mundane podcasts, one show rises from the ashes. Critics are calling it outrageous. Podcasts, as we know it, will never be this again. Tonight, prepare for an epic journey where every step could be your last. The destination, a place where no maps can show. The mission, to rise above the rest. The danger, unimaginable. The reward, a shit ton of laughs. It's going to blow your mind. This is 2 B Bloods. So sit back, turn up the volume, grab your weed, get ready to light those blunts.
You're tuned in to another episode of
To Be Blood
with Peezy.
That's right! To Be Blunt Podcast, episode 27, 25, holy shit. And I haven't even lit the blunt yet, for Christ's sakes. I haven't even lit the blunt. Man.
It's a good time to be excited, man. We're back from the holiday hiatus.
That's it, it's 2020.
It's a new year.
We're hungover from Hanukkah. We're post-Boxing Day. Kwanzaa's kicked. And the Christmas trees have been smoked.
Well, Scott, I don't know about you, but I did not celebrate any of those holidays you mentioned.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
He's talking about Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, Boxing Day, everything we didn't celebrate.
Literally everything that we didn't celebrate.
I know you smoke those Christmas trees, though. Come on.
Well, I mean,
it doesn't differ. I don't smoke more trees because it's Christmas. It's just a normal amount. If anything, I think I smoked a little less this year because I spent the holidays with my family. So,
oh, nice.
I was, locked up.
That's right. You were down south.
I was in South Florida. Yep. It rained one night, 6.5 to 7 inches.
What?
One night.
In one night.
Wow.
One night, and I was driving.
You were driving.
Cars were floating on the highway as I was driving by them.
Listen, if there's one thing cars do in Florida, it's two things. They're either floating in the rain or they're blowing tires.
You ain't kidding. Or they're overheating.
I can't. Yeah, dude, literally, I remember I was on the highway driving. I was on my honeymoon. And we were driving from Orlando or Tampa down to Marco Island.
Nice.
And I must have seen at least 3 cars blow tires out. Because it's so fucking hot. And that shit literally would just fucking blow up.
It's true. And there's a lot of contractors down there. And there's also a lot of messed up people that will just go to Home Depot, buy a box of nails, and just spend all day littering the highways.
That's devastating.
I've heard stories of this, yeah.
Dude, that is literally the most devastating thing I've heard yet. You can imagine someone buying a fucking box of nails that touch you.
Some people have, real sick minds,
Yeah,
man. Real sick minds.
Damn. Well, we got a big show today. First show 2020. Happy New Year to all our listeners. We got a big show. I wonder, is the Scott going to continue the streak? We're going to find out tonight. We got a special edition of Stump the Scott where the fans have given us questions to ask the Scott to see if he can be stumped. It's going to be huge. Sports should be hot. The NFL's hot right now. Frank Knox, I'm sure, is going to cover all that. The phone lines are open, 860-384-7110. And, it should be interesting. Speaking of the Scott was over at Raw tonight. So, I mean, I expecting selling.
Last week, not tonight.
Monday. I'm expecting the Scott to be have a special no selling tonight because you were there live.
Yeah,
you were there live.
We're gonna get some war stories.
I want to hear it. But first, before we go any further, something we got to do. And it's my favorite part of the show. Right, I have here it's King Palm loaded for the first time ever. We had the Scott roll the blunt for us.
That's right.
The first time ever, the Scott has rolled the blunt. And we're going to find out how well this hits because it is time to smoke the blunt. So I ask you guys.
We'll find out if it's lit or it's the shits.
That's
Listen, I didn't do anything different than anybody else.
Was it the first time you ever rolled a blunt?
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sure.
We have to speak of the first time Scott did something else last time we were together, too.
Oh, that's right.
We'll have to get into that later. Let's not try to forget. I wish we had an intern.
I hope we don't. I hope we remember.
Yeah, let's see.
Let's smoke the blunt. Yeah. Let's talk about it. So I ask you guys, are you ready?
We're ready, Peezy.
I said, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby. Let's light that thing up.
That's right, then. For the three of us in this podcast studio and the hundreds listening at home or watching live on the Facebook live stream. Ooh, let's get ready to smoke it. Tell them, Frank.
And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you.
Smoke it. That's right, baby. The King Palm is loaded. It's about to get litty right here on the 2B Blood Podcast. Oh, man. We had the blunt lit. Official lighting of the blunt. This week's strain of the week, Mach 1. That's right, baby. We're starting right off. Mach 1. Mach 1 is the alien cookies, which is crossed with a hybrid of Colombian and Starfighter. And let me tell you,
Colombian. Do I dare what's asked that those crystals are made of?
That's right. No, I don't. Listen, so you can't sniff this weed, all right?
Mach, like the razor? Is it pronounced Mach or Mac? It's not like Pac or Pack, is it?
I don't know. You listen. You want to talk about? I don't know which one to even call him, but I look at the screen.
He rolls one blunt. Now he wants to correct you on strain names.
I'm just asking. I just want to make sure I heard it right.
According to the bag, I mean, I think you were right, Scott. I think it is Mac 1.
If Pac is Pac or Pack, what is he? Pac or Pack?
I guess he's Pack.
I don't know. I don't even know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
We should ask him how to pronounce it.
We should. The Mach 1, or Mac 1, as the Scott would say, is that gorgeous resin-covered flower with a dank gasky. Listen, a gasky. I did it again. Oh, no, this shit's fire.
Take 3.
Here you go, Frank. Take this away.
Yeah, I rolled a damn good blunt. That's what I did.
The dank gassy musk and sour citrus highlights. The smooth flavors of Mach or Mac, as the Scott would say, have thick, zesty orange notes that are balanced out by floral accents and a sweet, earthy finish. Doesn't that sound amazing?
That does sound good.
It sounds amazing. It's like
when
you read.
Good.
It's like when you read these beer descriptions. Speaking of beer descriptions, the Scott, what are you drinking on this week?
Oh, that's right. So this week, appropriately named enough, I'm drinking a beer from Treehouse. Of course, it only took me my 3rd beer of the week to actually have a Treehouse beer, as I wear their hat and their hoodie here. This beer is called New Decade, and there it is. It's got the 2020 logo on it. It's got the fireworks popping off. New Decade is a celebration of a decade of growth, evolution, and unrelenting dedication to fresh and progressive beer at Treehouse. We push the malt content in New Decade to allow for a cosmic hop charge of our favorite American hops. It is immensely juicy.
Let's see that can.
Bam, there it is.
Immensely juicy.
Yeah.
Well, Scott comes prepared. Beer of the week.
So, I mean, what's your opinion on the beer?
The first one I had a couple days ago, I did have it before. I gave it like a 4.5 out of 5 on my little app. I don't know if my taste buds are a little off today, but this one it doesn't live up to that 4.5 to me.
That happens to me very often.
So maybe it's my palate. I don't know what.
Time out. Time to fuck out. Look what's happened here, Frank. Look at this. Look at this.
There's a canoe.
Look at this. There's a fucking canoe. This thing's floating down the stream, bro.
Just like I was in South Florida.
It's
Floating like the
canoe,
cars
bro.
in South Florida right now.
So what happened? What did I do wrong?
It's canoeing. You didn't pack it good enough.
You didn't pack it
See how
good
the one side's higher and the other side's burning low?
Wait,
That means you
I
got-
didn't pack it good enough, or I didn't pocket good enough.
You don't-
No. I'm not even sure if you pocked it or packed it.
Whatever you did it wrong.
Shit. We're in fucking trouble.
Well, that blunt is the shits for this week. Scott, add it to your shit list.
Oh, no. Oh, no. It's been the shit, baby.
It was my first time.
Oh, my God. Well, Scott brought beer, but you know what? I got something special for today. This past week, I have been on a binge, all right? I have been drinking some special shit that I brought for you guys to try, all right?
I've heard about this.
I've heard too.
It's fucking Screwball. They should be paying me for this fucking promotion right now, all right? This Screwball. Screwball is, for those of you that don't know, a peanut butter whiskey, all right? This shit I have been literally drinking for the past week straight. I've been mixing this shit with like cold coffee and fucking half and half, bro, and it makes like a delicious after dinner drink.
Oh wow.
It's sweet, all right? So since it's sweet, you don't really drink a lot of it, at least not straight. You know, you got to mix it with something.
So you got something mixed in there, or drinking it on the rocks?
No, you're drinking it straight.
Is there ice cubes?
There's some ice cubes in here.
I mean, the bottle's great. I mean, when I first seen it, I was like, man, too bad Fireball didn't package their shit like that. Wouldn't it be 99 cents a nipper?
So, fellas, I cheers you.
You guys have got double cups. I got a single cup. Mine's not going to leak through, is it?
I hope not. We'll find out. Better drink it fast, Scott.
Oh, that smells like straight up Jiffy.
Ooh.
Oh, my God.
I'm a whiskey guy.
Me too.
Wow.
Me too.
I'm
This
not,
is
but
good.
I might start to be with this one.
This is good. It's smooth.
I
It's
get
smooth,
it.
and you can. I'm telling you, when you mix it, it's like an after dinner drink.
I would never mix it.
Oh,
my
dude,
God.
that's what you would if you tried my little mixture. You
I'm
know,
not. I like whiskey on the rocks, and this is just like has the subtle.
it's like a dessert.
Yeah, it's delicious.
It's delicious.
I mean, I drank whiskey on the rocks all weekend. So
That was literally my holiday drink.
it's a good one.
And I've been literally drinking this shit since like Christmas.
All right, so
here
the
we
hits keep on coming. So we
What
didn't
the-
have a show before
What is
Christmas.
this?
So I got some Christmas gifts here. So
Get it baked.
yeah, the glasses say "Get it baked."
Yes.
And
This is great.
if you remember the Frank Knox top 5 Halloween candies,
This is my number one, man. This
yeah.
is like the
Well, that was like your number 1 and number 2.
This is the mecca of them all.
But there's something to go in those glasses. So I don't know, Peezy, you want to do since you're facing hard cam? Maybe I don't
Wait,
know.
you're not gonna tell me that what you have here is
Bit of the bubbly.
It might be. I don't know. You want to do it here?
Oh,
Whoa.
a little bit of the bubbly.
Now we have our own.
What
Getting
is that? What is that?
No, that's not the official. That's the official. We're getting ooh, a little bit of the bubbly.
It's gonna be a long night.
It's gonna be a great show. I mean, I won't pour that up yet. We're gonna save that.
Okay,
I
we'll
just
save
poured the whiskey. Let me sip on this, Scott. I got a show to run.
I don't want to pop the cork down
I
here.
gotta shut
I don't
it.
want to ruin any of this equipment.
I haven't seen you guys since before fucking Christmas. How was your holidays?
Mine was great, man. I got to spend some time with my family in Florida.
You were
Yeah,
live in Miami.
I was live in Miami. I got to do some partying, going out.
Did you go to
train.
that Miami game?
No, I didn't end up going.
Frank, not. Oh,
'Cause
the
my-
sports. I
'cause-
thought we were going to get the live review.
Yeah, but it was the best game of the weekend too, which is the shittiest part. Man. Went to overtime,
Damn,
and
bro.
my friend down there is a huge Cowboys fan. And it was Cowboys win or go home, so he's like, "Dude, I'm not missing this game," so I didn't get to go. But the holidays were great.
Scott, how was your holiday?
Oh, dude, it was great, man. I did a lot of drinking with my family. Well, drinking all sorts of things. Of course, my beers, some Sambuca, some Kahlua. So bad, actually, that my nephew actually had to drive me home that night.
The same nephew from Taco Bell.
Not the same nephew. This is actually the other one. But, so yeah, that's what I did. And then, of
Did we
course,
talk about that last show?
No,
No, we did not.
it was directly after the last show. And
Are you sure we didn't talk about it the last show?
Yes, because I was like, damn, too bad we're not having a show this week, because I would have loved to talk about it. And then I was like, you know what, Scott, send over the number. We're calling him live on air.
That's right.
Yeah.
So after the last show, fucking Scott over here needed to grab some medicine.
Did him a favor.
Man, he needed to grab some medicine for someone else. It wasn't for him. He's not a smoker, as you guys already know. So Scott clearly has never purchased marijuana before.
This is true.
So, Frank, would you like to tell the story? I feel like you were there, and
I did Scott a favor. I went and picked up the medicine, and I was like, "Hey, meet me at Taco Bell." Cool. So, let me back up. First, Scott's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna go to the bank. I'll follow you to TD Bank." Then he goes to Liberty Bank. Doesn't even notify me there's a change in difference. I'm sitting there waiting 8 minutes.
I never knew we were doing TD Bank, but okay.
You told him TD Bank.
You said, "Yo, follow me." You said, "Yo, I'll follow you." I was like, "I know there's a TD Bank if you want to go there." You're like, "All right." And then you went to Liberty because you're like, "Oh, I totally forgot there was a Liberty Bank right here." And then I called you up and you're like, "Oh, yeah, my bad. I forgot to tell you." So whatever, I go get the product.
I think I called and you didn't pick up. I think is what happened
so
at first.
I'm at Taco Bell and I've noticed that Scott is facing Washington Street, the busiest street in Middletown.
Right.
Facing there with his lights on, but he's parked in the corner of the parking lot, so there's no spot to park to the right of the Scott, but only the left.
What?
But, however, Scott had like a middleman, courier, delivery dude in between me and in his car, which was the guy he was giving the weed to.
Right. So there's now 3 cars there.
Now there's 3 cars, and I'm on the end, and I have this like wedge between me and Scott.
And you're the one that's got to give him the medicine.
And he's the one that's giving me the money.
Didn't Scott try to Apple Pay you?
No, nothing. He was like, "Oh no, yeah, he did." But
Didn't
I
he ask
cash.
you if he going to send you an Apple Pay?
Yeah, but I wanted to just do the cash because then I would have had to stop
because
at
you
the
would
ATM.
have to stop at the ATM. Yeah.
2020, Scott. Can I send you Apple Pay for some weed?
But this is where it gets even
Well, you
worse.
wouldn't take the Walmart gift cards.
So he gets the weed.
Yeah.
I make fun of him with the person, like, "What the fuck are you guys doing? Like, you shouldn't be parked next to him. Have you guys ever done this before?" Come to find out, neither of them probably have done it before. I know Scott definitely hasn't.
I haven't.
But
Apparently
then-
the other person did.
But then, when I gave Scott the product, he like scurried to his car, got in the car, and they both drove to the parking lot behind Taco Bell at Price Chopper to do the final transaction. Like, bro,
Well,
you had
I
to
tried.
walk by him to get to your car.
I tried
Just
to do it
drop the
there.
weed off and grab the money and go about your day.
I tried, and that other person was like, "No."
So you took the weed and you ended up going to a parking lot next
A
door so
different
you
parking
guys
lot.
could exchange the bag?
Yeah, it was probably under a well-lit lamp.
So let
post or
me
whatever.
run this down. You go to Taco Bell. You give Scott the weed.
Yes.
Scott drives the Price Chopper, which, if you don't know, is literally the store behind Taco Bell.
It's probably like
Right, it's adjacent to
it's like
parking
50
lot.
feet away.
To give him the bag that he just gave you
And
2
then,
feet away from there.
And then the Scott drives back to Taco Bell, goes to the drive-thru, and then eats food at Taco Bell.
Yeah, and I was in that line for like a solid 20 to 30 minutes, which apparently is normal.
Why not just order your food at first?
But you know what the worst part is? When
Bro.
we went to Price Chopper,
Why not order your food
apparently we
first?
went the wrong way, because apparently it's all one way throughout that drive-through area. So I went, I guess, backwards, and yeah, there was totally a guy waving his finger at me like, "You can't go this
you
way."
went the right way. I watched which way you guys went. That's the only way to get out.
Well,
the other
I
way is
pissed
for
that dude
jabronis.
off.
Wow.
Why wouldn't you
I
order
thought you
your-
were gone.
That is the most
watching me.
ridiculous.
Who wouldn't order their food first? Who would just sit there as a non-paying customer?
It's
To
like
know they're going to be a paying customer in like 5 minutes, but they have to get some drugs. first.
I was worried I was still going to be in line for the food, and then you were going to give me shit for that. So.
Oh, my God. So it's been an interesting week then. So I've been waiting to hear this story. Yo, fucking Scott. This guy, literally is just like the worst at this shit.
Fucking bullshit!
That's what Frank was thinking the whole time he was trying to give you the shit.
And I'm just trying to do it. But anyways, did the person enjoy that package that you gave them?
As far as I know, they did, yeah.
Because you didn't hold on to it for too long, so you didn't see how bad it smelled. But
You know how good it smelled?
well, and, yeah, great. But, exactly. But in the Scots world, it would smell bad.
Damn, yo. Scott, you went to Raw this week.
I did.
How the fuck did that go?
So it was, sometimes when you know a show is going to be bad, you got to make your own fun out of it. So,
Yeah.
it's the night before New Year's Eve, so I dress up. I got the New Year's hat. I got the 2020 glasses on.
I saw this.
I'm passing them around to people in my section or whatever. And I need to say, like, we had a good time. I mean, but Raw itself, like, I know a lot of people love to shit on the Lana Lashley angle. Hell, I've been shitting on this podcast. But for results, I mean, they got, like, the highest rating. But what I'll tell you is, when it comes to Raw, first of all, the weather was real shitty, okay? It looked like, if you remember In Your House, Beware a Dog. If you guys know what I'm talking about. Because there was lightning, rain, snow, slushiness.
It was a messy mix.
So I said, fuck it. I know Hartford's only like 20 minutes away from where I live. But I said, fuck it. I'm just going to go get a hotel room. I was like,
no.
So you know it's going to go down.
Oh, no.
But I'm like, because I know I'm going to drink a lot. And, I'm worried about the slippery conditions out there.
Yeah, all right.
So,
Scott, you would have got a room if the Raw was in Middletown. Let's keep it real.
I mean, you're probably right.
As long as you knew the workers were going to be there.
That's right. As long as there's a hotel with workers drinking afterwards, the Scott's there.
If I could have booked the workers at my house, then I'd get a hotel in Middletown, right? So I don't know if we should go with the show or the hotel right now. But
Go to the hotel.
all right,
Well,
we'll just go
no,
straight
you
to the
don't get
hotel.
to the show and they.
I want to hear all the other
right?
shit.
So the hotel. So there's workers at the hotel bar. We got Mickey James is there, and I'm at the bar with her. We're throwing drinks. We were a bunch of stage people. There were stage people. It's funny. They were bitching how they had to do all this setup for the wedding, like all the extra work that they had to do to help set up all those extra pullers and the cake and all that bullshit. And it's funny. I remember one guy. He was like, "Well, at least we don't have Bobby Roode anymore because Bobby Roode has like a trap door." So he's like, "At least we don't have to worry about that setup." But then another guy's like, "Oh, well, he's on Fridays anyway, so we don't even have to fucking worry about him." But anyway, and I was actually sitting at the bar next to the WE chef, the guy that like gets all the ingredients and does the catering. But we were bullshitting with him for a while. But what's funny is Michael Hayes walks the place. Michael Hayes walks into the bar.
Michael Hayes.
And I kid you not, Mickey James, in her accent, this is her, and I quote, when Michael Hayes walks in, she goes, Michael motorcycle. And I was like, what? What? He walks in the bar. That is exactly how she addressed him.
Oh, my God.
Michael motorcycle.
So did you buy Mickey James a drink?
You guys done green tea shots?
I didn't buy her a drink. I didn't do any of that.
Did you offer to?
I was actually what was it? I was actually in the elevator with her, and it was funny. She had to tell me that she had to run back to the room to put Tanner on her legs for whatever reason.
Yeah.
And I in my head, I'm like, I wish I could have volunteered for that. But anyway,
Scott would have loved to have been there.
So was Mickey drinking?
Yeah, Mickey was drinking. So also at the bar, though, we have Tyson Kidd's there, Natalia's there, Devon, and Finley. And then Dana Warrior, of course, showed up at one point, too. But
I don't. Why
What
did
the
you
fuck
tell
is
us
she
to leave
even
off of this?
there?
What was the big build up for fucking Michael Hayes? Why didn't you tell us Tyson Kidd and
I know.
Natalia?
All the big names are there.
But here's like the weirdest, like, funny thing. So it's probably like midnight, 12:30. I want to say it's just about last call, and we're watching the TV at the bar, and it's a celebrity poker game that's going on. And believe, I shit you not, it was a wrestling celebrity poker game. So this was a poker game. I don't know if it was on like NBC Sports, whatever it was. And it's got Pat Tanaka, Chavo Guerrero, Justin Gabriel. There's probably somebody else in there. And then there was the Shockmaster.
What?
And I was just cheering on the Shockmaster.
Wow.
Like, go all in, baby. You got this. Uncle Fred Ottman, baby. Typhoon, Tugboat. Come on,
Why
baby.
they find the
Let's go.
Shockmaster to fit into that group?
I don't know, man. It made no sense to me. I thought I was dreaming.
Doesn't
I'm at
make
bars
any
with
fucking
wrestlers,
sense.
And I'm watching people play poker with wrestlers. I'm like, it's crazy.
Imagine if Scott found out what casino that's at. He'd be there every other.
Apparently, it was Rivers, and I need to do some research on this.
Is this locally? Is that New York?
I feel like Rivers is not that far away.
Is that one in New York?
River City, something like that.
Upstate New York?
I don't know. I'm gonna have to DVR the next time they do a poker tournament, though.
That's a real thing.
Apparently,
Damn. So Scott's at fucking Raw.
I took a
Night
picture
before
of the
New
TV.
Year's
I gotta
Eve.
show you guys.
I spent all yesterday partially recovering because all I did was sit home on New Year's Eve and drink this peanut butter whiskey, and I was lit. You know, looking at TikTok videos.
This peanut butter
Yesterday was real
whiskey
lit.
is
I was real lit. And so I'm spending yesterday hungover. I was on nothing but fucking the greasiest of foods, you know, which is like devastating.
Hangover snacks, man.
Hangover snacks. I mean, dude, what's your like? When I wake up and I'm hungover, I want. It is fucked up. I want like McDonald's breakfast
All day. That's what I had New Year's Day for breakfast,
Me
bro.
too, yo.
Sausage, egg, and cheese McMuffin,
Yup.
hash brown
Yup.
with a sausage burrito.
Oh.
And give me that OJ on
Did
the
the same
side.
thing the day after Christmas.
Your boy was lit. You know what I did? Steak, egg, and cheese
That's
with a
second
sausage
day.
McMuffin and a hash brown.
Yo.
Wow!
Now that's the Mecca, baby.
I couldn't even finish. Like I think I gave half my McMuffin to the fucking dogs.
McDonald's breakfast is clutch in those situations.
That's my favorite shit.
Every time.
Scott, what's your go-to when you're fucking feeling
So
hungover?
I usually always get, sausage, egg, McMuffin is usually what I get.
Yeah? So we're on the same page then.
I love to go to Dunkin' too, but
hate
Dunkin's
Dunkin',
not greasy enough to
Their
help
breakfast
me.
is the worst. Yeah.
Dunkin's
I need
the
that
worst.
McDonald's.
I don't do Dunkin' because I've had like at least one or two times I've bitten into the sandwich. It's ice cold, and that just like you want an egg sandwich. Last thing you want is ice cold.
Come on.
Yeah, because their shit's like all microwaved, bro.
Damn, yo. I didn't even like... Yeah, you're right. You're right. They do
Their
microwave
shit-
like
their
the
sh-
eggs and
yeah,
the sausage
Their
and
shit
shit.
isn't as solid as it's not even close, man.
It's not even the same. It's not even the same. But like, if you got a favorite snack, you're tuned in. If you're watching on the Facebook, let us know. What is your favorite hangover snack? I mean, I want to know what the people think. We're
Mine-
all clearly on the same page. Sausage McMuffin here.
Yeah, but mine is usually always followed up with Chinese food delivery.
So you will get Chinese food later in the day after
For
you've
sure.
recovered from...
Well, my hangover lasts all day. My like perfect hangover day is McDonald's breakfast and then Chinese food for either lunch or dinner.
Yo, my hangover lasts all day too, bro. Because now I'm just at that age where like...
Then you get the lo mein, the General Tso's, the rice, the egg roll, the crab rangoons, and all this feast at like 3
Yeah,
p.m.
I hope you got enough flushable wipes for all that when you're done with it.
Oh my God. 860-384-7110. We want to know what's your favorite hangover food. We're going to be taking a tally.
We got
Post on the
someone
Facebook.
that posted, Krista Turnage posted 2 cheeseburger meal with a Coke from McDonald's.
2 cheeseburger
Two
meal. That's the
cheeseburger
go-to.
meals.
All right.
I
See,
didn't even know they still had the 2 cheeseburger
Me
meal.
neither. Is it-
Just get a double
That's
cheeseburger.
What
Cheese
number is
a long
that?
time
Yeah,
ago.
what number is the
I want to
two?
know what number that is.
We'll have to find
I feel
out.
like back in
Maybe
the
she'll
day
let
that
us
was
know.
like a number 2, but now it's probably got to be like number 30 something.
I don't even think they have anything past like 12. So how can that be? I mean, that's crazy. Crazy.
I know they had it. It's probably like a number 6 or number 9
Maybe.
or number 8.
It could be.
I'm gonna say every number but 1 because I know that's the Big Mac meal, baby.
Oh, fucking shit, bro. 2B Blood Podcast. You already know about to get lit.
It's about time for the bubbly soon.
Yeah, we're going to be getting into the bubbly. We're going to be getting into the news. Sports with Frank Knox. No selling with the Scott. It's about to go down. 2B Blood Podcast. Call in, comment on the Facebook. It's about to go down. When we come back, the 2B Blood newsroom opens up, baby.
Peezy's back, Peezy for Peezy's back. I know y'all people been waiting. I'm back, so fuck all y'all hating because you can up and bump, but you won't blow me down. You can up and bump, but you won't blow me down. Peezy's back, bitch, legend, cause I'm great. You can check my name known all through the tri-state. It's official that I made it, cause I'm seeing people hate. And I know they be wishing they could eat off my plate, but they can't. Hold up, this is a one-serving meal. Got a whole plate of carrots, then I put it in a grill. Put a few up on my wrist for when I wanna tell time. Put the rest of Chanel shades, this watch been a blind, oh yeah. Then I mentioned that I changed my mind state. Went from player to hustler, cause I know what's at stake. Ain't about chasing women, let them all come to me. When it comes to that paper, you know I'm out in the streets like a mouse in a maze. Got a blunt or some haze, stay high. So I'm always saying, damn, man, I'm blazed. Wanna make it to the top, so my grind goes faster. Peezy, baby, got that fire. You can call me Dutch Master. Peezy's back, Peezy for Peezy's back. I know y'all people been waiting. I'm back, so fuck all y'all hating because you can up and bump, but you won't blow me down. You can up and bump, but you won't blow me down. I'm the first man to go to the doctor with a cough. Get a prescription recommended, and then I take off. Make a stop, grab a Sprite and a styrofoam cup. Pour up some codeine and lean while I light up. This what I'm going to. Back with the same crew. Number one draft picks, back bitch, thought you knew. See me in the streets, then I'm probably hollering what it do. Known as Project to a few, Peezy to the rest of you. Everybody knows talk shit and the black and blue. Hit you from 6 sides, something like an Alice screw. Won't restore your point of view. My success is overdue. Go ahead and disagree and meet the bottom of my shoe. Beef I don't attend you, cause most of you are talk dude. Have you jumping up and down, something like a kangaroo. When you with Peezy, I'ma show you how to do the do. Pour you up some purple spray. Go and try my home.
Mr. Sun came up and he smiled at me. Said it's gonna be a good one, just wait and see. It's the best day ever. It's the best day ever. It's the best.
To Be Blunt Podcast. We're back. And we're about to get into a little weekly news from this past week. We're going to get into a little sports about to go down. So let's take it to the To Be Blunt newsroom. And now, when it comes to the best in weekly news, you get it live here at the To Be Blunt newsroom. It is To Be Blunt. And we are live. To Be Blunt Podcast, the weekly news. And man, it's been a week, so I've had time to pull in the best from around the world. Because that's what I do. I take my job very serious. And the first headline that we will go through. Carjacker on meth. Abducts man and his pet goat from Missouri adult store.
What the goat? Why the goat?
Dude.
The goat?
Dude, I'm telling you right now, literally, a man was arrested in Oklahoma after carjacking a truck from an outside an adult store in Missouri. A porn store. So first you got to imagine, a guy was there at a porn store with his pet goat. All right. Right then and there, you know we got problems.
Big problems.
This sounds really bad.
This is oh,
It does.
it does. It sounds terrible. 2 men stopped at an adult video store in Cathridge early Wednesday, police said. The driver of the pickup truck went inside the store while the passenger and his pet goat, mind you, remained in the truck, ultimately falling asleep. So the guy falls asleep with his pet goat in the car. How long the guy was in the adult store that he was able to fall asleep that fast is another questionable portion of the story.
He was working that goat too much in the store. This is what happened.
No, the goat was in the car with the guy who fell asleep. So then police said this guy, Brandon Kirby, jumped into the truck, took off, allegedly taking meth as he drove the passenger through parts of Kansas, Missouri, and Oklahoma, occasionally pistol whipping the guy as they drove. So every time the fucking guy would wake up, he'd hit him with the butt of the clip.
Yo.
Hit him with the butt of the fucking clip, bro. No fucking lie. This really happened. So finally, the guy lets the fucking passenger and the fucking goat go on the side of the road in Oklahoma. So the guy calls OnStar and says, my car was stolen. So OnStar is able to control the speed of your car. So they jacked the guy down to 15 miles per hour in a cop chase.
So I didn't know that was possible to control the speed of your car, but okay.
Oh, yeah, they can do that shit. It's all built in. So the guy gets stopped. He jumps out of the car and runs off, dropping a mask and a gun. They found him hiding in tall grass near the highway. But the whole story is just unbelievable. This guy and his pet goat. Right? We're at the porn store.
That's, yeah.
What the fuck, bro? What the fuck? I honestly, that blew my mind. Next piece. Florida man fights gas pump. All right. Guy in Florida literally fights the gas pump. In Naples, Florida, man. Naples is right near where my mom lives, too, which is real funny.
Yeah.
She spends half a year right around Naples.
It's on the west coast of Florida.
That's right. So this man's facing charges after he allegedly punched and kicked a gas pump. Right. He unloaded on the unleaded. So 24-year-old Hunter Bleach Bletch. I don't know how to say that. Blech. I told deputies his rage was all over an argument he had with his girlfriend. Maybe his girlfriend wouldn't pump him either.
Oh.
I hope not. He should be the one doing the pumping.
Blech. Was arrested and is facing a disorderly conduct charge. No word on who won the fight. You know, this is it. You know, I mean, he punched the pump right in the schnozzle. Right in there. So now I gotta get into something that really grinds the gears. I find out fucking Comcast is eliminating the Stars channel. The fucking Stars channel. All right. I have no premium channels with the exception of the fucking Stars channel. That's all I got.
And now Comcast is dicking you over.
That's all I got. Wait a second.
We have a caller?
We have a caller right here.
Today's
Two People on Podcast. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Wow.
Wow, bro. Can you imagine? They just hung up in our face.
They just hung up.
No good jabronis.
No good
They
fucking.
probably actually ran to go check if they still have stars or
Yeah,
not.
you probably got him. Yeah.
He found a delay, so he's probably I picked up. He probably heard Stars
Holy
was
shit,
gone.
Power's coming out this weekend. I need to know who shot Ghost.
No, so Comcast, they're selling the channel to Universal, or NBC Universal, I should say. But they're going to let the Stars roll out until the finale of Power, apparently.
Oh, well, that's good.
You know? Yeah.
I planned on dropping my Stars as soon as Power was over anyways, so it works out for me, brother.
Well, fucking, I guess this is just another reason for Bernie Sanders to hate corporations. You know, this is bullshit. This is bullshit, you know? And the worst part is they're not going to lower your bill for this, right? They're just taking it away.
Well, it's a premium channel. You pay extra for that no matter what.
Yeah, that's right. They were just going to get rid of it without no one looked at it. It must be part of their new initiative when they called it, we were hoping you wouldn't notice. When you go to watch fucking Power or some shit and it's gone. It's unbelievable.
I did see Stars was offering some like deal you could get 6 months for like $19.99.
Really?
From the Stars app. I actually saw it today, so this is probably part of the blowback from Comcast dropping them.
Oh, very well could be. And then this next story actually came from, you know who? The Scott, who sent me this story that blew my mind. Quebec raising legal age for cannabis to 21, which is the strictest in the entire country of Canada. Does that make sense to you? Quebec, you know, people who live in Quebec under the age of 21 won't be able to buy or possess recreational marijuana as of Wednesday. But if they want to purchase cigarettes or alcohol, 18's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to think I could go to Canada. That means I could do anything. That's what I used to consider.
That's what people go to Canada for. It used to be 16. I think you could drink in Canada up until
Really?
10 years ago. Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's actually a whole other story.
They get litty. They just
16?
I think it might have been.
Dude, I mean,
But it makes no sense. You could drink at 18, but you can't smoke unless you're 21.
that's right. You're old enough to drink and drive, but not old enough to smoke and eat chicken nuggets.
Well, drinking and
fuck?
smoking at the same time is a whole nother beast. Like, I don't even fuck with that.
What?
Again, real lit, and then smoking again, real lit. I get the spins.
Oh, I know. I love smoking, right? Especially at the end of the night, after a long night of drinking, laying in the bed, taking a little bit of a couple rips off the vape pen or the fucking the bowl, whatever's on my nightstand. You know what I mean? And get lit right into there.
Not I.
That's fine. That's fine. Maybe the users do. I don't know. But lastly, the most amazing of all the stories. This is huge breaking news. Snoop Dogg announces Lullaby album, adapting his greatest hits for babies.
That's awesome.
Dude, anyone with a kid probably familiar with how annoying listening to the same fucking songs over and over and over again. Baby Shark, do 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 do. That's probably all you fucking hear as a parent for like a year straight. I mean, parents all around the country are going nuts. And imagine trying to get your child back to sleep at 4 a.m. And then just as you start singing the same tired lullaby, you think to yourself, I wish I could be singing Snoop Dogg's Doggy Dog World. Maybe Gin and Juiced. Yeah. Maybe next episode from Dr. Dre. I mean, what might it be? Well, the thing is, you're in luck. Snoop Dogg's doing just that. He's going to get your child hooked on the rapper's greatest hits. Starting the day they're born. It's going to be amazing. Parents around the world, I mean, this is a huge breakthrough. Snoop Dogg announced he'll be releasing a children's album, The Rockabye Baby. Lullaby renditions of Snoop Dogg.
Rockabye baby, drop it like it's hot.
It's going to contain his greatest hits, including Drop It Like It's Hot, Gin and Juice, Sensual Seduction. I don't even know what the fuck that is. I never even heard that song, by the way. Do you know what that song is?
Yeah.
How come I don't know?
It just says those words over
yeah,
and over
I
again.
know what that song is. It was like one of his later... it features somebody else, too.
His songs always feature somebody.
That's because he freestyles all his shit, you know? Damn, you looking it up?
Yeah.
I'm about to get that breaking news right here from the fucking Frank Knox. Let's hear it. What is it?
Oh, you want to hear it?
I thought you were going to tell me. No, I can't hear the song.
It's
Copyrights.
Snoop Dogg.
It's copyrights.
It's nobody.
Oh.
It's
When he does gin and juice, is it now going to be gin and juicy juice?
That might be gin and chalky milk. gin and chalky milk.
Rolling, sipping on gin in my mama's titty. Lay back.
Oh, my God. And on that note, let's get into sports with Frank Knox.
When it comes to sports, there's only one man for the job. The best analysis in the game right here from the 2B Blood Newsroom. It's Frank Knox.
Right from the 2B Blood Newsroom, Frank Knox with sports. What's going on, Frank?
Peezy, what's going on, brother? So, breaking news. You know, since the last time we've been on air, I was talking about the Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury fight. It's official. February 22nd, it's happening. The rematch is on. There's unfinished business. Both fighters undefeated besides the draw they have with one another in their December 2018 fight.
Oh. Wow.
Something I just want to mention on the air. It has to do with sports because a sports star, one of my all-time favorite basketball stars, Kevin Garnett, was the co-star of this movie. Uncut Gems with Adam Sandler. Highly recommend it.
I saw it.
5 stars. Fire. Epic ending. Couldn't have been better. I loved it. So it's a big week, man. You know, you got the college football playoffs in full swing. You got the NFL playoffs, you know, coming up this weekend. It's the biggest week in football. I mean, we had Clemson squeak out a win against Ohio State. They haven't lost in like 29 games. Their quarterback has never lost in his career.
Wow, undefeated. Fucking Goldberg.
And they're going to be facing off with the number 1 ranked team, the LSU Tigers, who destroyed Oklahoma this past weekend.
Oh, man.
I mean, Joe Burrow, the Heisman winner of 2019-2020 season, put up 7 touchdowns in less than 3 quarters.
Shut up. So
7
it was a
TDs.
squash match.
Squash.
It was a fucking squash match.
I think it was like 52-14 at the, you know, but it ended up being like 63-28 or something like that.
All right.
Was the final score of that game. But I mean, one of the biggest stories that, you know, I'm going to have to talk about this week is the NFL playoffs, man.
That's right.
We got the AFC on full swing on Saturday and the NFC in full swing on Sunday. We got the Bills at the Texans. Here I'm taking the Bills, man. They're giving up. I mean, they're getting 2.5 points, and I think the Bills have a great defense from top to bottom. This is the year for Bills Mafia to go to the AFC Championship
It might
game.
be.
I mean, I've been waiting 10 years to see the Bills in the playoffs. You see what these guys do during the regular season.
Yeah.
Tables are on fire.
Yep.
You know, cutters through tables, power bombs. I mean, these guys are out of control.
Lit. Straight lit.
If we could get a Bills home game at any point during this playoffs, it's going to be a win for the entire world. I'll tell you that, guys.
That'd be crazy.
Now, this is a game where it's going to be tough. It's Peezy's own team, the Titans.
Oh, I don't want to talk about it.
Coming into New England on prime time on Saturday night.
No,
But guess
bro.
what, ladies and gentlemen? I think this is it. Tom Brady and the Bill Belichick era comes to an end
Wait a
on
second.
Saturday night.
No!
Because Ryan Tannehill,
Woo!
Derrick Henry,
Woo!
in the Tennessee Titans are coming to town behind ex-linebacker Mike Vrabel, legend for the New England Patriots. He's bringing his boys back to where he won rings.
That's
and
right.
He's taking out the greatest dynasty in professional football.
And when that finally happens, all the Patriot fans got 2 words for you. You can suck it. Because I've been saying for years, the Titans are the team, baby. We've hit a rough patch for the past, I don't know, 8 fucking years. But now we're back.
Since they were 1 inch from the Super Bowl.
Yeah, literally.
1 inch, yeah.
Literally 1 inch from the
That's a
Super
bold
Bowl.
prediction right there if I ever heard one, though.
So that's it. Now, Sunday, we got some big games as well, fellas. We got the Vikings at the Saints. Saints are giving up 8 points. Saints look like the best team in the NFL, maybe behind the 49ers. They're 1A, 1B at this point, taking the Saints.
All right,
Seahawks at the Eagles. The Eagles limped into the playoffs.
So true.
Limped in. The Seahawks been looking great. They had a couple tough losses, but you cannot count out Russell Wilson. Cannot count out Pete Carroll. I'm looking at the Seahawks to advance.
All right. Oh, here we go. Seahawks might be taking it.
And then I'm going to wrap up my sports section with the passing of a living legend this week at the age of 77, the NBA commissioner from 1984 to 2014, David Stern.
Oh.
I mean, Stern,
I didn't know this.
Stern turned basketball into what we know it as today. I mean, he increased the popularity tremendously in the 90s and 2000s.
True.
He developed the international reach for the NBA today, establishing training camps and exhibition games in Mexico and Japan. I mean, he helped the NBA go from one country to over 200 countries and 40 different languages. The NBA wouldn't have the players like Dirk Nowitzki, Luka Doncic, these international flair, Tony Parkers, all these guys that came from different parts of the world, if it wasn't for David Stern. And he was a true legend, man. And I just wanted to give a toast to him and say rest in peace, David Stern. Big news. We lost a huge member of the sports community, but top 5 influential of all times when it's all said and done.
Wow. Wow, that's sports with Frank Knox,
That's
I guess.
it. And I'll be back maybe later in the show for my top 5 wrestlers of the decade.
Wow.
I
Wait
got
a second.
top 5. I'm going back to my roots of wrestling. I'm going to give you my top 5 of the decade.
I mean, you want to do that now or later?
Let's do it later.
Let's do it later. All right. Fair enough. Fair
let's
enough.
not go back-to-back Frank Knox segments.
Everybody loves the Frank Knox segments, Well, let's get into our next favorite. No selling with the Scott, baby. And now, bringing you the best and worst of pro wrestling today. The smartest mark in the building. He is the Scott. To Be Blunt Podcast.
That's right, no selling.
Hey, that's my line, you son of a bitch. You gotta come up with your own intro, all right? Stop gimmick infringement.
Can I rent it? Can I give you $10?
Well, we might be able to work out a deal.
Oh, hey, we're popping the bubbly up in here.
Oh, a little bit of the bubbly.
I jumped too. I wasn't ready for it. That's why we were live on air. We got a little bit of the bubbles.
Well,
all right. So we're popping the bubbly over here, and this is not just any no selling with the Scott. This is no selling for the year. I'm talking about the year 2019. What was lit and what's the shits. So I'm gonna start right off right now. Was promotion expansion. Okay. Obviously, the number one that comes to mind, AEW, right? So they get themselves a primetime TNT deal, and they're just a startup promotion. That's huge for them. Take a sip of bubbly for AEW.
Peezy, you got your cup, you got your gimmick.
And then, aside from AEW, we have the rise of NWA. They came back, right? National Wrestling Alliance. It's a YouTube sensation with an old school feel, making out the best of what they have. Notable names are there, and new stars are being made at the same time. Then we have New Japan Pro Wrestling, right? Now, New Japan, very successful in Japan, of course, but their expansion in the United States, right? They had the G1 Supercard with Ring of Honor, right? At Madison Square Garden. It was huge. I was actually at that event, and it was amazing.
True.
And then, of course, WWE. And I know everybody's like, well, WWE, I mean, they're the biggest promotion there is. But expanded in their own. You had NXT get a USA Network deal, and on top of that, you had Fox becoming the new home to SmackDown Live, which is huge for them.
Yeah, it is huge.
The ratings might say it yet, but it is huge for them. I mean, did anybody else watch it New Year's Eve? I mean, WWE was all over that Fox network, so... Anyway, but when it also comes to promotions, there's also the shits. And one that comes to mind used to be highly respected, and that's Ring of Honor. Right? The highest they were, their height of the year was definitely that G1 Supercard. But I credit a lot of that to their affiliation with New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Okay.
Okay?
Yep.
But now you've had some I guess I'll just call them rumors, but they leaked, where their women's champion was only making about $24,000 a year.
What?
Right? They don't have a sort of any concussion protocol.
Oh, God, I don't want to talk about that.
And it just, from leaks from Joey Mercury, who was a former Ring of Honor producer, is just a complete...
Those leaks were crazy, by the way.
Just it seems like there's a complete apathetic demeanor from the management at Ring of Honor. So, one's highly regarded, but, you know, in 2019, they were the shits. Anyway.
True.
Back to what was lit. What was lit for me, for this crew here, was the entire WrestleMania 35 weekend. Okay?
That's true.
It was awesome. We were there, okay?
That's right.
So I might be a little biased, but from everything, from Kofi Mania, from being at Organic,
From riding in that 1987 limo.
From the House of Glory.
That's right. We did get a limo, and
From
it was
Frank
an
Knox
old.
snoring like a buzzsaw.
That's right. We went to the House of Glory. Dude, that
From
was
the
sick.
3 a.m. drive home in the torrential downpour.
Sorry, you guys at House of Glory.
That was incredible.
We did have a limo for WrestleMania. It might have been the same limo that Vince McMahon blew up in. I'm not sure because it was that run down. But anyway, so Kofi Mania happened. We got to see the final matches ever for Kurt Angle and Batista, right?
True.
The women, for the first time ever, got to main event a WrestleMania. Huge. And then I went on Saturday night. I went to the G1 Supercard, which is amazing. I got to see, in the opening match, in a huge battle royal, Jushin Thunder Liger and Great Muta have a standoff. Like, that was just cool for me.
Really?
And
We
then,
saw Great Muta on that Saturday at House of Glory.
Yeah, we did. You're right.
And
You're
you saw
right.
the Enzo and Big Cass invasion. That was a
I
big
did,
moment.
yeah,
And that was a big
Nobody
moment in
knew what was
wrestling
going
this
on.
year, yeah.
And Kota Ibushi and Naito, I'll tell you, they tore the house down at that G1 Supercard. And then I was also at NXT TakeOver New York, right? So every match was incredible. All 5 matches were incredible. But that Gargano Cole 2 out of 3 falls match, holy shit. That has gone down. That was the first WWE match that ever in the Wrestling Observer newsletter got above a 5-star rating. It was a 5.5.
Really?
And it was an amazing match. But the best part about that weekend is right before WrestleMania, we went to the Bullet Club block party.
That's right.
And we
Oh, my
were-
God. That was lit.
Not
That
only
was
was
lit.
Jimmy Seafoods with the best crab cakes on the planet, but we got to fucking play cornhole with Haku. You can't top that. You just can't.
Can't, no.
That
That's
dude,
true.
I still have the picture of you.
Throwing bags with Haku. We'll put it up on the social media
We'll
pages.
put it on the Instagram.
But with good shows of the year in 2019, there's also some bad shows. So we got to talk about Super Showdown, or as like Peezy likes to call it, Super Shit Down.
Anything that happened in Saudi Arabia is the
Yeah,
shit.
so that's the thing. If it's already in Saudi Arabia, it's already going to have a negative connotation, right?
Oh, yeah.
But the main event ruined that show and the other show I'm going to talk about, Hell in a Cell. But first, we're going to talk about that Super Showdown, right? Goldberg, he just ran out of gas. He busted his head. I mean, I know it was over
He was
100
gassed,
degrees, but he couldn't get up for anything. I mean, that was just a terrible, terrible, terrible match.
He was knocked out.
And you could see
He
that
knocked
Undertaker
himself out.
Undertaker was visibly upset. But I mean, what can you expect? I mean, could I be 50 plus and get in a ring in Saudi Arabia at 100 degrees? Absolutely not. So, I mean, whatever. But we'll get to the next one that was the shits, and that was Hell in a Cell. Now, Sasha and Becky, they had a
Hell in a
great-
Cell, bro.
Sasha and Becky had a great match at Hell in a Cell, but the rest of the show was just overshadowed by the shits that was Seth Rollins versus The Fiend. That was just, they can speak for itself. I know the internet's probably still going crazy about it and not be able to get any sleep because of it. But anyway, Hell in a Cell, they need to rename it like Crap in the Mat or something. I don't know. Anyway. So
That was, I mean, the wrestling world's still upset about that.
yeah. So anyway, next I got some superstars that were lit in 2019. So, I got to start off. Roman Reigns made his big return back from his battle with leukemia. So, props to him. Huge moment that was for him to return. And then, also, I mean, of course, Kofi Mania and Kofi Kingston and his rise to main event status. We had some reinventions along the way, right? We saw Bray Wyatt completely reinvent himself. And everybody was real skeptical at first when we first saw that Firefly Funhouse. But what he's been able to do with it, absolutely amazing. The most intriguing thing, probably in wrestling television right now, I would say. Definitely in WWE. On top of reinventions, I also want to talk about the reinvention of Jonathan Good. When I say Jonathan Good, do you guys know who I'm talking about?
Nope.
No clue.
No idea, right? Because nobody knows somebody's real name. But anyway, it was the transformation of Dean Ambrose to Jon Moxley. Just being able to have that little bit more freedom with his character was just huge, and it was huge for AEW. Anyway, with that, some superstars that were lit. There were also some superstars that were the shits. And
this is my favorite one. I can't wait to hear this.
This one, the first one I have, doesn't really go to him so much. It's more of the creative behind it. And that's Shorty G. I mean, come on. Shorty G. He's
Shorty
Chad
G.
fucking Gable, all right?
It's devastating.
So it's not his fault he's on the shit list. But he is a former Olympian, okay? But you know what? He's probably getting paid good money. And if you paid me what he's getting paid and called me Turd Ferguson, I'd fucking do it. But anyway, next names I got. The Revival. We saw the decline of the Revival, although they did hold the tag team titles this year. They hold the Raw and the SmackDown tag titles this year. But we just saw the decline of them. And what I'll never get out of my head is, do you guys remember that Usi Hot segment?
No.
Wait,
with the Revival?
It's Revival, but Usos.
Yeah, the Usos. Yeah, of course.
They put Usi Hot on their tights, and it was just made them look like complete fucking morons.
Usi Hot.
Anyway. And there's also, of course, EC3, and it's not his fault because they just didn't do a goddamn thing with him. And then there's this guy, okay? And that's Lars Sullivan, okay? So Lars Sullivan starts the year off. He's got a lot of hype videos going on, promoting that he's coming to WWE, and it just gets delayed and delayed and delayed. And the rumor is he's supposed to have a big match with John Cena at WrestleMania, and it doesn't happen. Supposedly he has anxiety.
Oh, no, not the anxiety.
And they held him off coming in. So, then he finally debuts, but it doesn't last long, because then he's injured, okay? And then...
Sorry, Scott, I'm not...
What's wrong?
Fuck. Frank tried to tell me to mute it so he could tell me something. Not thinking that
Yeah,
we can still hear everything that you're saying.
Okay.
I can hear everything he says.
So I'm going to keep going because Lars Sullivan, I want to say how he ended the year. And, I mean, he ended the year with a bang, I guess you could say. I don't know.
Yeah, I guess so.
Apparently, I don't know.
It depends who you ask.
Depends on who you ask, but I guess he ended the year with a bang. Anyway, so on top of that, also some superstar shits it was the return of Lana, Lashley, and Rusev. And as soon as they came back, they were just putting this horrible storyline. Now, I was there live for Raw this week. I was there live for the wedding. It was awesome. I didn't have to get a wedding gift. It wasn't like your wedding, Peezy. It was nothing like your wedding, okay?
Damn right it wasn't.
And but I'll tell you, everybody was on their feet the whole time. And when it comes to Raw, like the Buddy Murphy, the Buddy Murphy Aleister Black match was absolutely amazing. The Orton work was very well done, and the wedding, I mean, everybody was on their feet. But I'll tell you, these fucking fans, and I don't know if it's just Hartford, Connecticut, or if it's everywhere, but these fans, we just live in the fucking past. Like, it's a time warp. Like, the whole thing's going on, that whole wedding segment and all the shit that went down in it, and people are chanting, Jerry, Jerry, like they're in the audience of a Jerry Springer show. So they're living in like it's 1998. I wonder if they like forgot their laser pens or forgot to feed their Tamagotchis because they're just living in the past.
Connecticut is the home of Jerry Springer, though, Scott. So there's...
Well, that's like Stamford. That's actually closer to the headquarters. Maybe that's why they did all that bullshit. Anyway, but based on the ratings, I think we're still going to get this storyline going on now.
Shut the fuck up, bro.
Shut the fuck up!
But you're joking, nah. There's no way they're going to still let this shit fly.
Yo, now you have the questions of
Juicy J
what
and
was
Crow
this?
had sex and created. Shut the fuck up!
everybody wants to know what was Liv and Lana's relationship now. So it's still going.
Scott, I think you missed one thing for me in wrestling that'll be the shits, and that is WWE 2K20.
Oh yeah, that was pretty bad.
I'll tell you right now, you want to talk about a shit game? That's everything I've heard of and worse. I've seen all the Twitch videos.
I read an article today that they released a new patch that has now made it completely unplayable.
Now, listen though, so I know 2019, right? I did just say a lot of shits, but I have some 2020 bold predictions real quick that I'm going to go through that'll hopefully make this shit list. Or make this shit lit, is what I was trying to say. Okay, anyway, so bold prediction number 1. Sheamus is going to be your next Intercontinental Champion, okay?
He's coming back.
Fucking bullshit!
I think your feud of the year this year is going to be on NXT, and it's going to be Finn Balor and Velveteen Dream.
Motherfucking piece of shit!
Also, I'm expecting Drew McIntyre and Brock Lesnar to hook it up, and I think that'll be a great match. Here's what I have for AEW. Marty Scurll is going to join AEW.
I want to hear it.
Shut the fuck up! But he's going to join the Dark Order.
Dude, I don't even care.
Fuck the Dark Order. We don't
Fuck
care.
AEW, no.
right.
The show's got to go on,
Keep
goddammit.
it. Go ahead. I got more.
The show must go on.
I must warn you, things can get a little trippy.
He took off his pants.
Yuck.
Leave my podcast.
For real. Oh, Sonny wants to add his own segment in afterwards. Hold on, I'm going to add one
He's
more.
already got 2 segments.
My bold predictions of the week. Of the years. Of the month.
Had to get him in.
Unbelievable. Unfucking believable. You got to shoot the shit with me a little bit? I got some shit on the brain that I want to get into right here on the 2B Blood podcast. It's been hell of a week. And you know me. I know you like my jam, huh? Frank Knox on drums, everybody. I love it. I love it.
Good one.
It is a good
I'm
one.
this one.
That would be a good idea. That would be a good idea. I was reading an article, okay, about, it was based in Los Angeles, and it was about crazy, why am I coughing? I didn't even hit the blunt. Woo! Crazy HOA rules, bro. You know what HOA is?
Housing,
Homeowners Association. All right? Homeowners Association. Crazy HOA rules. I mean, people, if you have a condo, like the Scott does,
Yes, sir.
they have to pay HOA fees, and they have rules. They have HOA rules, right? So this Las Vegas Journal put out an article compiled of the worst homeowners association rules of all time, pulled from all around the county, Las Vegas, you know? And there's just like a bunch of ridiculous shit, like demanding garage doors be left open weekdays from 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. to prove there aren't people living in your garage.
What?
Yeah.
But you know what? It's Las Vegas, so I feel like they can make any rule in Las Vegas.
Bro.
What if that's where you keep your stash, though, in the garage? 8 a.m. to 4 p.m., you come in and rob my stash.
And it's
outta
legal there, so
here.
you could be growing plants in your garage.
Yeah, fuck out of here.
So a lot of people, though, they'll rent out for, like, vacations, like B&Bs, right? So you're telling me if I have a B&E, I have to know to keep my garage
B&B,
open?
not a B&E. A B&B.
I said
Or-
B&B.
The second time you said B&B.
Trash can time limits, where they have to be off the road by noon if you put them out in the morning.
That sucks for you.
Does Justin Roberts come out and tell you you have 10 minutes for a meeting?
every week.
That's right, I know, exactly. Requiring the perfect shade of paint? Like, I mean, there's crazy ass shit here. Lawns must be consistently green.
Yeah, well, what if it doesn't rain for fucking 4 months?
No blue trampoline covers.
They are, like, in the desert, right? Like,
Yeah.
you might have to get some spray paint for the lawn.
No open window blinds, bro. Like, this is the most ridiculous shit. And the worst part is that usually you hear these commercials, right? Where people, they put out like, they're like, oh, come, you know, purchase from us or rent from us, blah, blah, blah. They try to make it sound like,
Live in Las Vegas.
right, exactly. But what if they put out a real article? Like, if this shit was legit how things really are, you know what I mean? Where, like, they'll tell you straight up, this is how you have to live. And that's why they advertise it to you, because that's what it should be. You should know all the
Yeah.
details, right? So something like this.
Are you looking for a community free from the hustle and bustle of the world? Then welcome to Covenant Glen. When you move into Covenant Glen between the hours of noon and 3 every other Thursday, you'll discover a neighborhood of blue, brown, and green houses, free from litter, garage sale signs, wind chimes, clotheslines, flags, unrolled hoses, barking dogs, roaming cats, bird feeders, boats, RVs, and trucks in the driveway. A community where lawns are cut only on the diagonal, where you can sit outdoors under your requisite 4 to 6 deciduous trees and relax in the 6-foot cedar fenced-in yard watching your not more than 2 children at quiet play on their non-metal swing sets before the 7:15 p.m. curfew. Then, head inside, close your pre-approved window coverings, and isolate your cares and your family from your neighbors, as they're required to do as well. Come, be one of us at Covenant Glen.
Conform at Covenant Glen.
Covenant Glen from Gestapo Properties.
Gustavo. If you were going to get a real fucking gimmick, like a real commercial, that's how they should be.
Yeah, it would.
You know? Then
But
you know
no
what
one
you're
would
getting
move
into.
it. No one would move there.
It'd be at least better than putting it in the fucking small print.
Anyone that moved there obviously wants to be part of a cult. My personal opinion.
And then I gotta ask, why the fuck are package stores open on certain holidays? Like, why would, like, New Year's Day package stores be closed?
I know, it's terrible.
That's just a huge loss of sales on their
A
part.
huge loss
Everyone's
of sales.
looking for a little hair of the dog on the most day of them all, and you're closed.
Or they'll, like, close early New Year's Eve so their employees can go to their fucking parties or whatever. And then the rest of us who had to work till fucking 7, 8 o'clock get out and they can't even go to the package store.
I didn't have that problem. You did? That sucks.
Bro, well, thankfully I had the screwball, you know? Like, that's just shit that happens every year. You find out they're closed. Christmas Day, New Year's fucking Day, early New Year's Eve, bullshit like this. Does that make any sense to you?
No. This year, thankfully, I thought to pre-plan and bought something for New Year's Day because I knew I was going to need it.
You pre-planned.
Yeah.
Most people would do something like that. I'm not a
I was
pre-planner.
like, man, I'm probably going to need 1 beer or 2 beers because I'm going to get fucked up tonight. So I saved them.
Yeah, that was smart. Scott, did you have the same problem?
Well, I always have enough beers in my fridge, but
Of course you do.
I don't know. Maybe they think December 31st there'll be enough people buying stuff that they don't have to worry about the first because everybody's sleeping all day. Like
There's
me.
got to be like an app, bro, to find like booze near you. You know how you have like that beer app?
Yeah.
I'm thinking of something like that, bro, where like you could fucking literally have a location finder for the nearest open liquor store, bar, or whatever it might be.
Or a person that would be willing to sell you a bottle of booze.
Right. So something like instead of a GPS, maybe something that's more like a GBS.
There's nothing worse than being out on New Year's Eve and not being able to find liquor. Well, now you can with a new GBS Global Booze System. GBS uses 21st century global positioning technology to accurately pinpoint the closest booze source no matter where you are.
Come on, you little GBS. Where's the lick, the hoot, where's the booze?
Stumble 10 feet forward.
Okay, then.
Now, lurch 5 feet left.
All righty, okay. Whoa.
Your other left.
Oh, the other way. Gotcha. Over here.
Open door.
Hey, I made it, everybody.
When you need to liquor up, remember GBS, the quicker liquor upper. GBS reminds you, please drink despondently.
GBS, bro. That's all we need.
Those guys rep the bounty gimmick. The quicker liquor upper.
The quicker liquor upper, the quicker picker upper.
The quicker picker upper is the paper towels. GBS is the quicker liquor upper.
That's true. That's true. And now we got to get into something serious. I have been informed today, and this is legit breaking fucking news, when I tell you that we have officially made it to the big time, fellas.
Nice. Yep. That's
We
right.
made it to the big time. We are now officially having our DJs get death threats.
Fuck you.
You thought I was building you up.
Swerve.
Listen,
Damn.
I was informed today that a member of our team received death threats from a guy who had previously called into the show.
That's right.
He tried to play Stump the Scott, and he got lippy with me. He got an attitude, and I hung up on him. And I'm going to bring you back, Scott and Frank, to this moment. And everybody listening at home, I have pulled the footage from this episode where he called in and he tried to stump the Scott.
I think he called twice.
Yeah, but this is the one that matters. We're going to play this for the people at home. Check this out. Oh, you're on the To Be Blunt podcast.
Hey, I'm here to stump the Scott.
Oh,
wait a second. You're here to stump the Scott?
Yeah, that's what I'm about to do.
All
so
right.
anyways,
Hold on. Let's talk about this real quick before you go ahead. You know, we got to keep this in line with what's going on. You have a question in mind already, or can I give you a theme?
no, I'm going to just ask what I ask, and if I stump him, I stump him.
I don't like your attitude.
Yeah,
I don't like that attitude, you know? This is my show. This is my goddamn show. This is Frank Knott's goddamn show.
Yeah, that was the same guy that called before. Frank.
Frank Crotch?
Yeah, Frank.
It was the same guy?
Yeah.
How dare you call in
with an attitude?
Yeah, being
he's still
pissy.
Here? He's still here or you hung up on him?
I hung up on him. Listen, I just want to know.
I mean, some nerve,
yeah,
man.
Well, if you want to let everybody know out there, I'm not scared.
If he didn't want to be a
I
dick,
know.
but this guy called in acting like a dick for no reason.
He's like, I called in and I'm going to ask what I want. That's it.
It's literally aggressive, bro. Like, I just smoked a blunt and a half. There ain't no aggressive shit right now. Hello, you're on the To Be Blunt. Well, so that's
it, man.
That's what happened. So now I guess you're telling me he's still salty.
He's still salty. But I don't know why he's salty, but he's still salty. I don't know if it has to do with the show 100%, but he has an issue with me. Like, I've never had anyone have this much of an issue with me.
There's always somebody I know that has a problem with Frank.
So he lives, a backstory, he lives on the same street as one of my best friends, Sloppy Joe.
Okay.
And every day, if I go over there, I got to drive by his house. So a couple days ago, I'm driving back there. He picked up a couple Whoppers. We were about to eat some lunch.
Whoppers?
I come back with the Whoppers. And I see him because his hand's out the window, but his window's open. So as I drive by, I'm like, this dude's probably, in my head, I'm like, this dude's probably going to give me the finger sign because his hand was up like this as I was driving by.
Right.
So I look at my rear view and he goes, his hand was like this as a fist. And then as soon as I drive by, he does like the 90-degree turn and lifts up the middle finger.
No.
So I'm like, hell no. So I threw it in reverse. Threw it in reverse. It's like, bro, is there any reason why you're giving me the middle finger? Like, if you have a problem with me, let's, basically talk about it is what I'm telling him.
Of course.
He says, no, man, I didn't give you the middle finger. And then he blows me a kiss and he goes, and I'm like, dude, you're a fucking bitch. And I just drove away. So then he texts then he texts an individual saying, I almost took his arm off. He never gave me the middle finger.
Yep.
He never blew me a kiss because his mouth was full of Reese's Pieces. And he was just sitting in front of his house trying to read the ingredients and realized it was 110 calories per serving of Reese's Pieces. And I'm making this all up. But because I tried to take his arm off with my car, he's now going to, if he ever sees me, he's going to murder me.
Well, now you're wondering why he's got an issue with you.
And he's sending pictures of a knife. Yeah, and I want to know what his issue. Why did you give me the middle finger?
He sent you pictures of a knife, bro?
Yeah, the person that
we're fucking famous.
He's sending pictures of knives saying this is what I carry. And I'm not worried about this guy.
This motherfucker gangsta, bro.
But if you had a problem with me and you're going to kill me, when I backed my car up and asked why you gave me the middle finger, I'd be like, I gave you the middle finger because you're a fucking this, and this. Not no, and then pretend you're going to kill me through a text message. Bro.
I can see him walking up on Frank with this music playing.
Guys, I'm going to ask what I want, and that's it.
I asked what I asked, and that's it. But the guy's got a major attitude problem.
I'm going to ask what I ask, and if I stump him, that's it.
So if we would have let him ask, and he wouldn't have stumped me, Would the death threats be towards me then, you think?
Maybe, Scott. You might be the next one.
It might have
You might be the next one to get it, bro.
It might be.
You might be the next one to get it. Shout out to
This
our
guy's got
listener,
a problem.
Krista, also online, who's watching through the Facebook Live app, who said she wanted to let us know that she has incorporated the wording porch pirates from last week's show into their weekly vocabulary.
It's a great word. Porch
Thank
pirate.
you. Thank you.
How many
Because
people-
that was great.
Great.
That was great. That was great. 2B Blood Podcast. We're about to play
If she
Stuff
wants
the
to tell
Scott.
us or call us in and give us in a sentence where she's use the word porch pirates, we would love to hear it. At least I would.
I mean, if anybody wants to also play Stump the Sky, 860-384-7110, we're about to get into a special audience/listener edition.
But you got the Frank Max top 5 first, man.
We'll do it after.
All right. We'll
All
do
right.
it after.
He's the smartest.
You don't have any brains. I'm from Hollywood. I have the brains.
He's unstoppable.
Nobody in the whole world can beat me one-on-one right now.
It's the hottest game show around. It's Stump the Scott. And now, your host, Bud Griffin. Hi, everybody. Bud Griffin here for another edition of Stump the Scott, brought to you by the 2B Blood Podcast. Special shout out to all of the wrestling Facebook groups that follow our page: Tap Outs and Pinfalls, Wrestle Chat, Marks for Life, LWD, Kayfabe, all the gimmicks. I don't know who else I missed, but probably some of them. Shout out, because they are the ones providing
These questions.
these
all right.
questions right here on the 2B Blunt Podcast. If you want to play Stump the Sky, it's WWE trivia only. 860-384-7110, or comment on the Facebook. We got Frank's monitoring that shit, so if anybody asks a question, we're going to know.
And Scott can't see it. He doesn't have access to it.
That's right. He doesn't have access to our Facebook. We do that for a reason.
I
We
don't. I haven't
trust him.
seen it.
We don't trust him.
No, I would never let that happen. I don't never question the integrity of Stump the Scott.
Are you sure? I hope not, because this is like
Absolutely would
this
never.
is your game show, Scott. I got to get back into character. God damn it!
That's all right. I got to get some more peanut butter whiskey.
Are you ready to play Stump the Scott? Scott, it's about to be lit AF here on the 2B Blood Podcast. Are you ready for question number 1?
I'm ready for the first 2020 edition of Stump the Scott. Let's go, baby.
Our first question comes from Kyle in Simi Valley, California. He asked, "The Firebirds by Killswitch Engage was CM Punk's entrance theme for majority of his career. Who, on one occasion, used it before him?" You have 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
That's a great question.
It is a great question. I know the answer, but I don't think it was called the Firebirds. Oh, you said Firebirds?
Firebirds.
Oh, okay. I thought you said Firebirds. I don't
Not
know. That's
fire-
why it threw
no,
me
no,
off.
Firebirds,
it's-
Scott.
You need the this in there. It's this Firebirds. But, very briefly, Randy Orton.
That's it.
It's a great question.
The Scott has come through. Big question number 1 in the books.
How
Thank
many
you,
we got
Kyle.
from the audience? We got 2?
3. I got 3 from the
All right,
audience.
so I'll ask mine, and then we'll go to another audience.
Sure, let's go. Let's get into question number 2. It's going to come from everyone's favorite co-host, Frank Knox. Scott, are you ready?
I'm ready, baby.
Then let's get ready to Stump the Scott.
Scott, who did Braun eliminate to win the Andre Battle Royal at the WrestleMania we were all at?
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
Okay, so the last person eliminated. I'm pretty sure. I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the last person eliminated was none other than Saturday Night Live's own Weekend Update host or co-host, Colin Jost.
Scott, you're correct.
Yeah.
There it is. Scott, you are on fucking fire this week. It's amazing. Bud Griffin here. We're about to get into our third question here on Stump the Scott out of 5.
Yeah, baby.
This one comes from another listener, George, here from Wright, Connecticut. Are you ready for question number 3?
The Scott is ready.
Stump the Scott.
Thank you, Frank. Scott, What two WWE superstars that were brothers technically at one time or another had the same first name? 30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
All right. I just hope there's not more than one answer, but if you say they had the same first name at one point. So there was Kane, and then when he first debuted, he was introduced as Kane the Undertaker. So same first name, Kane.
Scott, unbelievable! 3 for 3. Scott is on fire. I can't believe it. We're about to get right into question number 4. Frank, are you ready to try and play the most epic game show here on the 2B Blood Podcast exclusive property? It is Stump the Scott.
Scott, who won the title at the 2019? Who won the United States title at the 2019 Extreme Rules?
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
Main event of that show was Rollins and Lynch against Corbin and Lacey Evans. U.S. title, though.
Oh, Frank. This might be it. 20 seconds.
No, I think I got it. I'm going to say Ricochet.
Scott, I'm afraid you're incorrect.
No!
The correct answer is AJ Styles.
Ricochet lost at AJ Styles. No, Ricochet lost to AJ on Raw, and then AJ got it. Okay. I was thinking the wrong pay-per-view.
I guess this is what happens. Scott's down. It's now 3-1.
Too much peanut butter whiskey.
We have one more question from the listeners. I hope you're all ready to play Stump the Scott. Scott, the following question comes from Johnny. He also was the man who stumped you, or debatably stumped you at the from the Commodity
NWA
show.
Titles?
Yes.
Wait,
yes.
Oh.
It was like Rick Rude and someone else, right?
Yes. So he asked, from 1983 to 1985, there was a tag team called the Pretty Young Things. Who were the members of this tag team?
Pretty Young.
30 seconds on the clock. Your time starts now.
Hear the Michael Jackson song.
Tell Johnny to get his head out of the 80s, okay?
PYT.
The Pretty Young Things.
Was that before or after the Michael Jackson song?
Thriller came out in 94, so I mean it had to have been.
Thriller did not come out in 94.
84, I'm sorry, 84. Listen, Scott's got to think. 10 seconds. Oh no!
Matt Bourne and Rick Martel. I'm just guessing names.
That is incorrect,
Yeah,
Scott.
I didn't think it was right.
The members of the Pretty Young Things were Coco Beware and this gentleman by the name of Norvell Austin.
Norvell Austin, okay.
In the end, it doesn't even matter because the Scott, you went 3 correct, 2 incorrect, so you are still undefeated. You're on a streak.
That's been his toughest performance in a long time.
It was a tough one. The audience came through here on 2B Blood.
Frank Knox came through with one too.
That's right. I know. Yeah. I mean, it's been crazy. It's been
What
crazy.
year was that tag team? 84?
83 to 85.
Oh, wow. So that was
I
the
feel like
same
they weren't
year.
even around that long.
That's
but-
the same year the song PYT, Pretty Young Thing, was
So there you go.
released.
There you
So
go. You know
I
what
wonder
time
who
it is,
went
though.
first,
Frank
too.
Knox says he's got the top 5 wrestlers of the decade. Let's get right into it.
Frank Knox top 5. Frank Knox top 5. Frank Knox top 5. Frank Knox top 5. Frank Knox top 5.
2B Blood Podcast. Frank Knox's top 5 wrestlers of the decade. Let's get right into it, Scott.
Let's hear it. Number 5.
You Can't See Me, Baby, John Cena.
Okay.
Number 4.
The phenomenal one man, AJ Styles.
Number 3.
Daniel Bryan.
Number 2.
She pioneered the women's division. She's taken it from the bottom to the top. It's none other than Charlotte Flair, baby.
Oh, I didn't expect that coming. There we go, baby.
And your Frank Knox, number 1 wrestler of the decade.
That's it. Huge list of the decade. Scott, what do you think about that?
You know what? I like it. Like, maybe the order, maybe I would disagree with, but those top 5, they all deserve to be there.
Super solid. I mean, I can't even disagree.
Scott,
Brock Lesnar's got to be a number 1, obviously.
Is Brock your number 1, though? You said you disagree with the order, but is Brock your number 1?
I'd have to think about it a little bit, but I feel like...
What? What?
He's got to think about it, he said.
So dude, he's carried professional sports.
He has.
From 2000 to 2010 to 2019, without a doubt.
But he didn't come back till 2012. But granted,
he was
2
wearing
years.
gold in UFC while he was gone.
But you said your top pro wrestlers of the decade. So,
come on, Scott. Brock Lesnar, baby.
No, I would say definitely in the top 5, but I don't know. In my mind, like you said, Daniel Bryan in that list, and Daniel Bryan, he started with WWE at the very beginning of 2010, did the NXT, did the whole thing with the Miz.
He did.
Team Hell No, United States Championship run.
But he's also proved to not be able to stay healthy.
Retired, but fought it and came back,
He's
which
not
is unheard of.
been able to prove, he could stay healthy. Brock Lesnar is consistent.
That's right, Scott. You can't argue with that. You can't argue with that. Tubby Blood Podcast, episode 25 in the books.
Mount Rushmore all time.
Jericho might have should have been in that top 5. I'm just saying.
Listen, if you guys
nothing for the bottle.
Comment on the Facebook. Let us know who you think your number 1 superstar is of the decade. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter at Tubby Blood Podcast with the number 2. TubbyBloodPodcast.com, also the number 2. Subscribe, like our shit. From Frank Knox to Scott and your host, Pete the Double EZ, it is the 2B Blunt Podcast.
From the kids to Aunt Sue. Keep your whole family connected on all their devices with crowd-pleasing gig speed internet from Xfinity. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Learn more about gig speed internet or other popular plans. Now with even more speed. Enjoy faster downloads and a better streaming experience today. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store for a great offer. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed. From the kids to Aunt Sue. Keep your whole family connected on all their devices with crowd-pleasing gig speed internet from Xfinity. Now that's simple, easy, awesome. Learn more about gig speed internet or other popular plans. Now with even more speed. Enjoy faster downloads and a better streaming experience today. Go to Xfinity.com, call 1-800-XFINITY, or visit an Xfinity store for a great offer. Restrictions apply. Actual speeds vary and not guaranteed.